This is an instructional video on how to change the membranes and the filter on the RO-100 system. First, we're going to take the cover off. There are instructions on the inside of the cover for assistance. We have a primary filter, a membrane, storage tank. First thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the water off on the inlet valve by turning it clockwise, quarter turn. Same with the tank up here. We're going to push this valve so it's running this way, and that is in an off position. This is a bypass valve. This valve should always look like that. If you have a bypass valve in that position, that means that the water is being the filters are being bypassed and the unit is not operating as intended. So this valve is only in case of emergencies to turn it on. Otherwise, that remains closed. So now we have the filters isolated from water pressure. We're going to remove the primary cartridge by turning it counterclockwise. We're going to pull it down, and you're going to see that this filter has a notch here and two more notches here, or grooves. They correspond with teeth inside the head. So when you're reinserting the filter, usually the label will point to the left. You push it up until the notches find the teeth, and then you can push up, quarter turn, filter is now reinserted, or the new filter. So let's take this one off. Now for the membrane, we're going to have to remove this tubing from the fitting here. Now that's a quick disconnect fitting. The way this works is you have tubing and you have a fitting, and you push it in till it stops about a quarter turn. At this point, if I try to pull that tubing out of the fitting, it will not come out. It's almost like a Chinese finger trap. So in order to remove it, this fitting has this collar in contact with the tubing right here. You're going to take the collar and you're going to pinch it or push it towards the fitting. Using your fingernail, you can do that, and when you push this towards the fitting, then the tubing comes out. To reinsert it, all you're doing is pushing it till a quarter turn. So once again, you pinch the collar towards the center of the fitting, and the tubing comes out. Same thing we're going to do with the membrane here. We're going to pinch the fitting and pull that way. The fitting is removed from the tubing. Same thing, quarter turn, push, pull down. The membrane is now out. We put in the new membrane by lining up the teeth. This one has the same teeth as the primary cartridge. Push it back up, quarter turn, and then we are going to make the connection here by putting the tubing into the fitting and just pushing until it stops, about a quarter of an inch. Let's go ahead and replace the primary cartridge. Once those are in place, we're going to turn on the tank valve so the handle is pointing at you. We're going to turn this one counterclockwise to open up the inlet valve. We'll put the cover back on, and now the unit is operational.